serve you right. Helen Mirren lays deadly blow on Has for his thoughtless acts insulted the Queen. Helen Mirren has taken to social media to pay tribute to the Queen following the news of her death. Helen Mirren has taken to Instagram to pay tribute to Queen Elizabeth II following the heartbreaking news of her death earlier today. The Hollywood A-list star, who played the role of the Queen in the 2006 movie, told how the monarch was the epitome of nobility. In view of her 1 million followers, the award-winning actress paid an emotional tribute. Helen wrote, "I am proud to be an Elizabethan. We mourn a woman, who, with or without the crown, was the epitome of nobility," she added. Following her post, the star's followers took to the comments to pay their respects to the head of the monarchy. The nation's longest-reigning monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, passed away aged 96 at her private royal residence in the Scottish Highlands, one of her favourite places, surrounded by close family who rushed to be at her side. The Prince of Wales is now king, having acceded to the throne immediately on the death of his mother. In a statement at 6:30 p.m., the palace said, "The Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. The King and the Queen Consort will remain at Balmoral this evening and will return to London tomorrow." Tributes to the monarch from all over the world began to pour in following the announcement. In a statement, Charles, the King, said, "The death of my beloved mother, Her Majesty the Queen, is a moment of the greatest sadness for me and all members of my family. We mourn profoundly the passing of a cherished sovereign and a much-loved mother. I know her loss will be deeply felt throughout the country, the realms and the Commonwealth, and by countless people around the world. During this period of mourning and change, my family and I will be comforted and sustained by our knowledge of the respect and deep affection in which the Queen was so widely held." Prime Minister Liz Truss said the death of the Queen was a huge shock to the nation and the world as she addressed the nation outside Number 10. Britain will enter a period of national mourning for the monarch, who dedicated her life to royal duty. The long-held so-called London Bridge plans for the coming days and the Queen's state funeral will now be put in place, as will the contingency element Operation Unicorn for a death in Scotland. The Queen is expected to lie in state in a few days' time, with her funeral held in Westminster Abbey in central London in around 10 days. Earlier today, the palace shared a rare update saying doctors were concerned about the head of state's health. A statement just after 12:30 p.m. said, "Following further evaluation this morning, the Queen's doctors are concerned for Her Majesty's health and have recommended she remain under medical supervision. The Queen remains comfortable and at Balmoral. Charles, Camilla, Prince William, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew, Prince Edward and the Countess of Wessex all headed to be at the Queen's bedside. Prince Harry, who is currently in the UK with Meghan Markle as part of a mini-European tour, also travelled to Balmoral to be with his grandmother while the Duchess stayed behind. She may join her husband at a later point." Meanwhile, the Duchess of Cambridge remained in Windsor with Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis, who had their first full day at their new school today. In other news, Prince William's intentions and plans regarding Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have come under the microscope. Royal author Jane Moore proposed this shocking question in her new piece for The Sun. She began by saying, "Looked at one way, Prince William's invitation for Harry and Meghan to join him and wife Catherine on a royal walkabout was a brotherly olive branch after a couple of years of fractious relations. But forgive me if I remove the rose-tinted spectacles for a moment, it was also a PR masterstroke by our future king. Think about it. To put it bluntly, Harry and Meghan have been outside the monarchal marquee and, expletive, in for some time now. Meghan's often inaccurate blatherings were one thing, but Harry was part of the trusted inner circle for nearly 35 years before he decamped to the US in a fit of pique. He knows family secrets. And worse still, he has an accurate and wholly truthful book of his life set to come out this autumn. Couple this with Meghan's recently launched podcast, planned chat show appearances, and a forthcoming Netflix documentary, all of which suck at the teat of royal status, and you couldn't blame William if he'd decided to keep the Sussexes at arm's length for the foreseeable future. At arm's